Thank you for tuning in to I've Got Fava, where it's your time to shine with your host, Prophetess T. Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on God's green earth. I want to thank you for tuning in to I've Got Favor, where I am your hostess, Prophetess T. And we have an astounding guest back on again. This will be her second time on our program. So I'm so excited to reintroduce her to some of you and to introduce her to those of you that do not know her. She is my mentor, one of my mentors, that actually got me started in doing the podcasting. But before we get into the good tea, Miss Lady Lynn, what I want y'all to do is invite some friends on. We're gonna have good conversation. Like when old friends get together and chit chat about this and that. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this young lady. She don't know how to stay home at all. Every time we turn around, she in her car going somewhere, doing something, or she on her 277th and a quarter job somewhere. This woman has the energy of a 7-year old. I don't know if she's on Ritalin or what. I don't know how she does it, but she's incredible. I don't know when she sleeps. I don't know what's going on with her. God didn't gave her super juice. But Lady Lynn of Inspirational, Total Inspirational Radio is amazing. She runs her own radio station. She's a mother of two very gorgeous African American queens, college students, and now she wants to be a trucker. And can I tell y'all, she's the hostess with the mostest. When you want to have a get down, showdown, a Holy Ghost good time, this is the young lady you want to invite to your event to host your program. I'm telling you, I'm ready for her if Lynn hasn't gave her first sermonette, I'm waiting on that because she's a preacher deep down in her shondo. She just ain't stepped up to the plate to go on and say that she's been called to evangelize, for real, for real. She's a wonderful woman, gives without expectation. She's a wonderful manager, and can I tell y'all, she's the first individual I have known who's true blue to who she is. She don't perpetrate one way in your face and act another. And y'all know now. Y'all know. Let's keep it real. People ain't like that nowadays. You have, what do they say? You have people who's smiling in your face, but all the time won't take your place. They call backstabbers. Those people that use you for what you can do for them, but when you need help, they ain't nowhere to be found. I have not found this young lady to be that way. She has been an incredible friend, an astounding mentor. I don't care what she's doing or where she's at. I can bother her at 2 o'clock in the morning and she'll answer my text message. So all I can say is I'll fight a mad dog over this woman. So just to let y'all know, don't mess with my Lynn. All right. So I am, like I said, again, ready to introduce to some of you and reintroduce to some of you the host of Lady Lynn Live, no other than Miss Lady Lynn.
Woo!
Hey there, my Jamaican friend. How'd you do?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, T.
Hey.
I'm excited to be here this evening.
I'm so glad that you're giving me a moment of your time. So I appreciate that.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
I will always give you a moment of my time, more than a moment of.
Oh, I ain't got nothing but love for you. Tell my nieces, I love them
Yes.
too. So guys, let's get into this good tea. First of all, let's get into this because she didn't picked up another job. She's got
Oh,
like
Jesus.
12, 20 hats. So I want to talk to her about that, and then we'll get into the juicy, juicy stuff, about
Okay.
what she does for radio and all the nominations. She's got probably, I don't know what, you got like 20 Stellars, Grammys, probably some Oscars and Emmys up in there. She probably got a country music award somewhere too. I'm quite sure of
Oh my
it. So before we get into all that juicy gossip,
God.
tell the peoples about your new job. What are you doing now?
Oh, well, okay. I am newly a licensed CDL driver. I'm a
Look at
truck
you.
driver. I'm a truck driver by day, mother by night, a radio announcer. Yeah, all the above. But yes, my newfound profession is a truck driver.
So how it I mean 18 wheels.
Yes,
Like how
ma'am.
many like 8 shift gears? What you got like
12 gears, 12 gears. But I drive an automatic, praise God. I learned how to, I had never drove even a stick shift even in a car. So
really?
to learn how to clutch and all that in my adult life, it was a little testing, but I got it done. So I was licensed in May, and now I am what they call it, a professional driver now. So I hold a Class A CDL. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
So are you doing long haul
Okay.
travelers just in the
I am a
city?
regional driver, so I drive within my region, which still is, I consider, a long haul. Anywhere from Minnesota down to Texas is in the Midwest is where I'll be.
That's considered region.
That's regional. Yeah. Well, we're home on the weekends, Monday through Friday on the road, on the weekends home.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of cool. You get to travel
Yeah.
and meet some new and interesting and some strange folks along
Yes.
the way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Some of the things you see in a truck. T, as you know, I'm not a stranger traveling. I love to travel. So my thought, everybody was like, well, why did you go in the truck? And I was like, well, I travel a lot, so why not get paid for it?
Come on.
And I have one of the biggest machines on the highway that you can drive. So it feels good to my little self to be up in that big old cab. So yeah.
So I'm noticing a trend too. It seems like lately there's a lot of black female drivers.
Yes, yes, I
Um,
am poor out. It's when I took the class, I've taken well, once you get your CDL, I got certified and licensed in the state of Illinois, and then I went to two more extensive training. I went to Atlanta for a week, and then I was in Indianapolis, Indiana for 2 weeks. And the amount of women that were coming through the training site and the African American women that are now truck drivers is amazing. There is a blog, and I can't remember her name, but she's been on the Good Morning America show. She's a millionaire. A female African American truck driver. She's a millionaire. So that's one of my mentors.
that's
Yes.
who I think I was kind of following on Facebook. I think
Mm-hmm.
didn't she
Mm-hmm.
not she posts about her trips and how she does
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
So is that something you think you're going to get into? You think that we're going to get to watch you? Or are you going to
Yeah, well,
follow
the
us about
company I
you?
work for is hands free device. But you can't. There's no kind of even earpieces allowed while you're driving. But I have started blogging my road to driving. So when I'm out of the truck, when I'm stopped or whatever, I post a little YouTube video. So hopefully I'll get some followers on that and on my journey. I plan to what my goal is. Now, this is my goal. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I plan on driving for about 6 months and get the experience under my belt, and then purchasing my own truck, and then sending my truck out.
Well, go
Yes.
ahead, Miss Lady Lynn.
That's my goal, but Who knows? Who
She'll be
knows?
taking her whole show on the road.
I will. Somebody asked me about that, T. I'm glad you mentioned it. They were like, "Are you gonna stop doing your radio shows?" I said, "No, because I have to stop and sleep. So I'm taking my laptop and I will be doing my show on Thursdays. Yes, I will.
So
I'll
that's
be doing my
the
live show.
wonderful thing about it. So you can do 2 jobs at once because
That's
you
it.
can
Yeah.
your radio broadcast
Mm-hmm.
is you can travel with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Long as I got my laptop.
So that's crazy. I remember when you were when you I think I was watching you one time when we were
Mm-hmm.
at the studio before the other studio closed.
Yes. Yes. When I
Um
was a station manager. Mm-hmm.
watching you how you go through your process of programming, and then I remembered when you were under the wings of Dr. Stephanie,
Mm-hmm.
when she was getting you prepared to have to own your own station.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you have come a long, long way.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The journey. This is my 11th year in radio. And I'm excited for, the path that God is taking me on in radio. And it's steady growing and building. And, I never imagined, T, that, this would be my passion. And it's my passion. Radio. Yeah, truck driving is my career, but radio is my passion.
Well, I'm still flabbergasted because every time Danny talks about you, he's like, Lynn didn't say a word in school. I
I
just
was
can't believe it.
quiet.
It's like
I was
nobody
on the
knew she
pep squad.
existed.
I was on the pep squad. I just was, how when you're young and you're coming into yourself and you're getting to know, yourself and even developing who you are. I was kind of finding myself in high school. And so, yeah, yeah.
And then to tell people she's a veteran as well. So
Yes, yes. So right out of high school, I went into the Navy. I joined at 17 under the delayed entry program. I had to wait a year. My 18th birthday was November 29th. December 31st, I was was flown to Orlando, Florida to do boot camp. Yeah.
so I still can't imagine you, fatigued. Yes, sir. No, sir. So you were in Navy? Were you in Navy?
Yes, I was in the Navy. I was a hospital corpsman. I worked. Is the my job was considered almost basically a nurse, an RN. I worked in almost every department of the hospital. I was even EMT certified. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
Hmm.
So and then to go from that, because I'm just wondering, why didn't you get into like telecommunications? Why you were you thinking
Well,
about that
well,
there?
that my job. So you get an MOS, and that's your job. So my school for the military was hospital training, and it was like first you start off in medical technology, and then you take courses throughout your military career. So I got trained in the ER, the emergency room, like for EMT. So we got trained. We were actually licensed EMT drivers. I was a primary, so I drove the ambulance. And then as my career built in the Navy, I also got trained in OBGYN. So saw a lot of deliveries, labor and delivery and gynecology, ortho, just about almost every department in the hospital I had training in.
See what I'm telling y'all? Jamaican. 20 2012 hats. The woman just don't know how to sit down nowhere. She be to
Oh.
put the angels out of their job. I said that's why they're keeping it down here. They're like, look, Lynn, we got you stay on earth. Do what Father says.
Well, T, I got it from my mom. My mom was the same way. Growing up, I actually spent a lot of time with my father because my dad worked, but he worked one job and he was like, I know. He was working one job, but my mom worked several jobs. She would work and get off, come home, change clothes, out the door to the second job, and then on the weekends work. And just, yeah, that was her work drive, and I think I developed that as well.
So that's kind of I wonder, is that a form of your love language as well?
I don't
Do you
know.
consider that?
Who knows?
'Cause I mean, that's I know for my mother, that was a
Mhm.
form of her love language is that I provide for you. You
Mhm.
got a home, you got some
Mhm.
place to rest your head, you have
Right.
food in the refrigerator. So this is my, my form of, because,
Right.
okay, so, like I said, we gonna get into this good tea.
Oh,
So we
you
we
see,
about to
I'm
get.
sipping. I'm sipping. It's
I mean,
water,
I'm drinking
y'all.
my
It's
Pepsi, but
H2O.
yeah, that's what she
It's
said. But y'all
it's
see her giggling
H2O,
and laughing,
y'all. It's
right?
H2. It's hot out there, so you gotta stay hydrated,
Yeah,
y'all. You
she
gotta stay
hydrated, y'all.
hydrated.
She hydrated, y'all, cause she be.
Listen, T, driving that truck, you have to be at your full capacities. One of the things I learned is not, when you're driving in a car, it's different because, you can, if somebody cuts you off, you can react. With that truck, they told us, one of the things in training, if somebody cuts you off, and you can't, they do not, one of the things is because you have that load on the back of you, you can't jam your brakes. So if something stops in front of you, and it's sad to say, but what they told us, if it was a baby, we would have to keep going until we can come to a stop. So that's one of the things. So not only do you have to be an offensive driver, you have to be a defensive driver. And now I have gained a better respect for truck drivers. I used to, when I was on the highway, I'm like, oh my God, these trucks are getting on my nerves. Why they going so slow? Blah blah blah. And now I see, being behind the wheel of the truck, I have a whole new respect for truck driving.
I admire it too. I had a friend that drove, or owns he owns his own rig, and I think he
Mm-hmm.
said his son had got into it as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So I had went on a trip. I think he drove. He was taking parts when I was in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Chrysler, I think it was. Matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact, to tell you the truth, I really think it was the company I work for now because we drove to Kentucky, so I'm not quite sure. I have
Okay.
to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
But and watching him drive and maneuver his truck and stuff, but he
Mm-hmm.
had all the gears and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it is. I think we do need to. It's the same with motorcyclists and stuff. You got to
Mm-hmm.
understand what you're
Yes.
maneuvering with.
Yes.
You're not just
Yes.
driving a vehicle that
Right.
moves, but you got
Mm-hmm.
maybe tons,
Yes. Yes.
of items on the back,
Mm-hmm.
and that fishtailing and all that. So we do have
Mm-hmm.
to, learn to
Yeah.
respect each other. But okay, like I said, we're getting into the good tea. I have my usual teacup.
Mhm.
Let's talk about this. So you're a single lady as
Yes.
well.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
I
I am.
asked. I said, "Is there anything off limits, y'all?" She said.
You're fine. We're fine to talk about it. Yes, I am. I am. I was married. I was married for a very long time. I got married young, and yeah, and I've been divorced now for 7 years. Yeah, 7 years.
So time for new beginnings.
Yes, yes. Well, I tell you one thing. Somebody has to have what do you call it, patience, because like you said, I'm gone all the time. My communication skills might not be the greatest because I'm traveling and I can't, answer a call or a text immediately. So yeah. Yeah.
And I know that, but she does get back to you, so y'all.
Yes.
But
Yes.
so she told y'all more than I was going to ask her. So that's okay.
Okay.
But I was going to say, see how I got her. Okay, so I was going to say, so you're single, and
Yes.
now because you have adult children now. So
Yes.
how is that? Because you're
But
still
they
not an
still
empty
my
net. You're
okay.
not an empty nester yet, though.
Not yet. Well, I was a year and a half ago, because both Trinity, which is my oldest, she's a junior. No, yeah, she's actually a senior now. She's
What?
going into her senior year. Oh my God.
College,
My
y'all. We're not
my
talking about high
daughter,
school.
she is 21 years old, but that's still my baby. People don't know that Trinity was born a preemie, 5'6", 5 pounds 6 ounces. She stayed in the ICU for 10 days, and then after she got out of ICU, that she stayed in the hospital another 11 days because her lungs wasn't fully developed. So we stayed a total of 21 days in the hospital when she was born. But that's still my love, my heart. She's gonna be a senior senior T. Oh my God. She's a student at the University of Illinois at Circle Campus, right outside of Chicago. So I'm excited about that. She started off at DePaul University, but tuition was like astronomical. And then Jada um was at Tennessee State University, and then after her first year she decided she had been doing hair all along, and she got down to Tennessee and was doing people hair, and so she wanted to switch her career, so she is in cosmetology school, and she
Oh,
graduates in 2 weeks out of cosmetology school. So yes, yes,
look
my
at,
babies aren't babies anymore.
wow.
Yeah.
So, like I said, she's single. She has adult daughters, and she's
That
always
are
on the road.
protective. Oh my God.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
So you
very
have to, you,
protective. Yes,
yeah. So, one of these days I'm gonna get Jada because she still owes me an interview,
she
and
does.
her young man. But
Yeah.
anyways, we'll go on to something else. I'll get to her later.
Okay.
So, so what I was gonna say with you being single and as much as you travel and
Hmm.
do the things that you do, how do
Hmm.
you balance that? Because I mean, like I said, you got kids in college,
Hmm. Hmm.
cosmetology school, driving a truck now, and you still do hosting of
Hmm.
events. And
Hmm.
ready, y'all? She has all these plethora. Remember, I was telling y'all about all the Grammys, Oscars, and Emmys. And she's got all these nominations lined up. So tell the people about some of the stuff that you're up for a nomination for. How do you balance all this?
Okay, I'm going to start off with the balance at first. It takes a lot of prayer. It's sometimes I wish I could duplicate myself, have a clone, because sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled over here, pulled over there. Not only do I do that, T, but I serve as an officer at my church as well. I'm the church clerk, so when people pass away, I have to do condolence letters and all that stuff, and so I try to uh, forsake not myself the assembling, because without God none of what I do would be possible. So alongside of being a mother and having a career and taking care of my children, I try to well, I don't try, I incorporate God and put him first. So I have to do the church, have to do my church things and church duties as well. So it takes a lot of prayer. I think the older I get, my patience is, I'm not as patient as I was. I get
Hey,
like I
I
get a
can
little
say that with you
frustrated.
because
So
I'm noticing that too. But I think that's because we're going through the maturing stage.
yes, yes.
No,
So sometimes I've learned, one of the things is I've learned to step back and breathe. If something like I've here's my saying, if it's out of my control, it's in God's control. So I step back and breathe and watch God work. That's
that's
what I've done. That's one of the things every morning, no matter whether I'm on the road, no matter if I'm at home, I do my daily devotions before I start my day. Before my feet hit that floor, I do open up my Bible scriptures and read my Bible and do my devotion, and then I pray over myself and over my household, and then I start my day. And then I just learned to I try to schedule things, but sometimes your schedule gets out of whack because you might have mishaps or whatever. And when it's out of your control, it's out of your control. Don't no, there's no need to get flustered, because and I've learned to prioritize. Listen, if what needs to be done gets done, if it can wait, it waits. I've learned that. I used to try to do everything, all try to get everything in. Oh, I don't feel right if this not done. Some things that just have to wait. So I've learned to my patience. Yeah, I've learned to be a little more patient, but my patience wears thin sometimes, if that makes sense.
no, you don't have to tell me because I've noticed that I don't know. I have to I have to pray for God to bridle my tongue before I even walk into my job because I
Mm-hmm.
notice that because I go in
Oh
like at
yeah.
the wee hours, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really woke.
Mhm.
And I'm not a morning person, but I work morning.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, like, right at the wicked hour.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Lord, please bridle
Mhm.
my tongue
Mhm.
so that I behave myself today. But,
And
it's-
I'm the opposite. I'm a morning person. I'm up at 5. At
when do you go to
evening, if I'm
sleep?
out driving, my
When do you go to sleep?
I go to sleep. I go to sleep. And then, I've learned. I think after 7 o'clock, my mind kind of shuts down, and it'd be like, that's when I lose my patience. And one of the things, T, I've learned why I've been driving a truck. It carries over into my driving in my vehicle. Some of the things that used to not be cautious of while I was driving, I'm more cautious and aware now. So I get a little frustrated, and then I just, I let, stuff that used to bother me. I'm like, okay, go ahead and cut me off. Go ahead and flick me off. Hi, how you doing? I've learned that. I've learned to endure now because yeah, I used to have a lot of road rage, but I've learned that's tamed down a lot.
I have no comment on no
Oh.
comment. I'm not delivered yet. Of course, I'm probably a speed racer, like Danny says. But anyways, my mom used to say, after 55, the angels ain't with you. but, but most of the highways are 70 now, so I don't believe that they
Hmm.
didn't caught up.
Hmm. Well, see, truck driving, we have to drive 5 miles below the speed limit. So that's why I said I've learned patience.
Well, I know you're going to do some great things, and I'm
Yes.
excited about what you're going to do. I still think you're going to, pretty soon we'll be watching you travel down the highway with Lady Lynn live of Total Inspiration Radio on your trailer. So tell the good folks about the nominations that you got coming up.
Okay. Well, I am super excited. One of the awards that I'm a part of that has really blessed my soul over, I say, the last 6 or 7 years is I'm going to start off with the Music Love Awards.
Woo-hoo.
CEO and COO Francis Riley and Pastor Kevin Riley. Oh my God. When I tell you that they are God sent, and I'll get into that a little later, how we prophetically spoke some things. We were playing and joking around, but God was doing some things that we didn't know
Amen.
about. We didn't know about it, but he spoke it through us through a jokingly way. But yeah, so the Music Love Awards, I'm super excited about it because I'm just honored to be even an alumni and to be nominated. I didn't expect a nomination. I've been a part of the Music Love Awards for several years. I think I have 4 awards from the Music Love Awards. Last year, I participated and I was not on the ballot, and I just was glad to be there to fellowship with the other nominees, to do the red carpet, and to host the luncheon at the luncheon hashtag, and to be a part of the award ceremony was just amazing. So this year I am on the ballot. Praise God, from whom as all blessings flow. Whether I win or lose, I'm just excited to be even in the midst of some great people. My station, WLTJ Total Inspiration Radio, is nominated for Radio Station of the Year. So I am super excited like that. I'm like BJ. When he said, "Is it August yet?" Because you get a chance to be among some real people, some God fearing people. I don't even want to call these people friends. You're all not my friends anymore. You're my family. You know what I'm saying? And to be amongst family is just amazing. I remember, I think it was 3 years ago when my brother BJ McKenzie swept the Music Love Awards. I think he had a
Yes.
total of 7 or 8
8.
music. Yes,
8.
8. And he couldn't even hold them all. And just to rejoice with other people, I love to celebrate other people. It's not about us winning all the time. If someone is blessed, then I'm elated because that's what it's all about.
And she
And
gets you in trouble too. She ain't telling y'all all that. See, because what had happened was, let me tell you why they have her host the luncheon now. Because she can't sit at a table and behave and eat with normal folk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're banned from sitting with each other. I had nothing to do with these people's
It was tea.
attitudes.
It was tea. It was tea. We had to be separated from the table. That's crazy. But when it was just clean, wholesome fun. You know,
Yes,
when people, when all God's children get, that's what heaven's gonna be like. You
yeah,
know, we're no more tears, no more pain, no more sorrow, no more heartache. It's just gonna be rejoicing and serving God and praising God. So that's what it's about. And to get with you all and just have that laugh, laughter soothes the soul. It
yes,
really
it is.
does. It
Yes,
really does. And so that's what I'm nominated for the Music Love Award. So y'all go vote. Y'all go vote. And then there is some awesome other people on the ballot as well. T's nominate. I mean, just plethora of people, all the nominations. And the great thing about the Music Love Awards ballot is you don't even have to vote in every category, but I do. I do because I want to support others. And you can vote numerous of times. There's an uncapped
absolutely.
number, unlimited. Just vote, 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 vote. So I'm excited about that. And then the nominations have come out for the 2023 Spin Awards, which takes place in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And I'm excited to be on the ballot for that as well. I do know of four categories that I'm in, but I was told I was in six categories. But I do know I am nominated for the Best Live Radio Show. And if you ever watch my show on Thursdays, I I have fun. I enjoy the music. I enjoy the artists. So yes, yeah. If y'all enjoy my live radio show, then go vote for that. Outstanding radio station. My radio station. I host the annual Gospel Fest, and I try to give back. I always honor someone every year, give them their flowers. And I usually do a worthy cause. Last year, I finally got a chance to what do you call it? Drive for the Alzheimer awareness, and I'll talk a little bit about that as well later. But then station manager of the year, oh my God. Yes, and then voice of the year. So I guess I got a good voice. Somebody thought I had a good voice, I guess. And then a couple of other categories.
So congratulations, and you
Thank
already know
you.
you have my votes over and over
Yes.
again. So
I
that's never
appreciate it.
a
And
pleasure.
you have my votes as
I
well.
appreciate your heart, your heart, your
Yes, ma'am.
so I think you said something that was incredible. People, even if you aren't up for nomination, if you're into the Little Rock, Arkansas area, you ought
Yes.
to come out. It's
Yes.
not very expensive. This is a fundraiser actually
Hmm.
for a worthy cause. They're trying
Yes.
to raise $40,000 to
Yes.
send a student to college who wants to get into the arts,
Yes.
i.e., be a radio broadcaster
Hmm.
or a radio station owner or an artist. I
Hmm.
mean, plays, whatever you
Hmm.
want, whatever in the producers, screenwriters, whatever.
Hmm.
So it's a wonderful cause, but the camaraderie
Hmm.
is like experiencing heaven
Yes.
right here on earth. And I
Yes.
mean, everybody is genuine. It's not you, I
Right.
understand you.
Right.
It's none of that fakeness.
Hmm.
And I think for us, like you said, the alumni,
Hmm.
we just embrace the new people as
Yes.
if they are alumni too. Like they've always
Yes.
been there and a part of and it's
Hmm.
always incredible how if one of us is going through, there's a word that's always in the house,
Oh
you
yes. Oh
know,
yes. Oh
be it
yes.
in the hallway,
Hmm.
it could be in the cafeteria,
Hmm.
it could be out in the parking lot. You never know who God's gonna use. Like we said, he used us, the foolish
Yes.
things, to
Hmm.
to give a prophetic word
Yeah.
to the pastors.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now
Yes.
look at them, Francis
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Kevin, voila.
Yeah. I need somebody to speak that over me. No.
We'll see. So I mean that was incredible. I don't think them two were even looking at. She was his manager. They weren't
Hmm.
even looking at each other like that. But look
Hmm.
at God. God
Look
had
at
plans.
God. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hey, so if any of you guys have any questions for Lady Lynn, please feel free to post any comments or questions.
Yes.
She's here to answer any questions about, the music industry that you may have, or
Yes.
if you're
Yes.
interested in maybe starting up your own independent, because you have a terrestrial. Am I
I
saying
have a internet station, and then I am on a terrestrial station T, let me tell you about the great goodness of God. I am blessed to be on WEFT. That's 90.1 FM, and you can stream at WEFT.org. I have a prime time slot on Thursday. There is no other gospel show played during the week in a prime time spot. So
Mm,
God saw fit. I used to be on Saturdays, I used to be on Sundays, and the numbers that came through on the station, they were like, Lynn, just pick a spot during the week. And I'm like, huh? They was like, get it, we want you on during the week. And I'm like, okay. So Thursdays tend to worked out best for me. So I picked that Thursday slot, and I just thank God for the many people that continue to tune in weekly. The interviews. I got a chance to interview little Caleb Serrano last night.
I heard.
And
I heard.
yes, and amazing. Yeah, 11-year-old. I got a chance to interview him at the Stella's Red Carpet pre-show a couple of years ago. And I asked him, I was like, do you remember that interview? He was like, vaguely. But what brought it back to my attention, T, was somebody he was he's a social media phenom. I guess everybody, he's had millions of views on his social media, and somebody just so happened to see, he put a clip in from that interview that we did with me, the interview he did with me on the red carpet. And so to be even, and somebody called me and said, you know Caleb? And I'm like, Caleb who? And they were like, Caleb Serrano, the little 11-year-old. And I was like, oh yeah, I interviewed him. And to be on, such a platform as that, and to be recognized, somebody was like, oh, that's Lady Lynn. So yeah, that was great. That was great.
So let me ask you something. So the what on your stations, what do you find is your genre as far as what is your favorites? Because
Okay, so for the last I want to say 3 years, 4 years, 4 years. It's been 4 years now. I play all genres. I don't, I don't discriminate. I love all genres of gospel music. Right now, the concentration is on quartet. And the reason why that is because over the last several years, I've been the manager of a couple of quartet groups. And so I see there's a huge following in that area and a lot of support. And so I concentrate on that. I'm getting ready to, God's doing some shifting too. I love the contemporary and the traditional side as well. And I'm getting ready to shake some things up on the show. But yes, right now quartet is a big, huge part of the show because a lot of the viewers are requesting music from that and all that. So yes.
yeah, she's straight out of Illinois, y'all. Straight out of the heart of gospel, just
Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, native, and now I'm in Central Illinois area where I reside, and I'm just just a little product from the South Side of Chicago.
so you have two opportunities to check Lady Lynn out. Make sure you follow her
Yes,
here on Facebook. She does her
yes,
program. Her broadcast is on her page at
yes.
you do at is it 6 or 7? It's six.
Six o'clock Central Standard Time. Getting tongue tied. Six to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I get viewers on on Eastern Pacific. People that are 2 hours behind us tune into my show. So I'm just like tune into my show, and I'm like, oh my god. So yes, so yeah, I'm excited about that.
We're excited about what God's doing with you too. So I got a couple minutes left. So
Okay.
once again, guys, make sure that you're going to the websites that we posted earlier. Scroll back
Hmm.
through the comics, or either you can go back and watch the video again. Once again, she's up for nomination on the Music Love Awards.
Yes.
Unlimited voting till July 31st. You don't have to vote in every category, like she said.
But we want
Just
you to.
yes, just check out, look for her radio station. It's Total Inspiration. Radio station is up for nomination on the Music Love
Hmm.
Awards. She has 250,000 of nominations on the Spin Award. So there's 6 categories. Look for her radio station.
While you
For
doing that, I
her,
want to do something. Hold on just a minute, T.
oh, look
Go
at
ahead.
her. Now she wants to run off. And
No,
they're
I'm coming
also
right.
voting
I'm coming
until
right back. See,
So
this
I
is listen.
look.
Not you know what? When I tell you God has truly blessed my ministry as Lady Lynn Live, I'm Lynn. Outside of being Lady Lynn Live, I do live a Lynn life. My daughter said, "Mom, turn off Lady Lynn sometime," but I can't because it's people. Wherever I go, even in the stores here where I live, a lady came up to me and she was like, your voice sound familiar. And then she said, are you Lady Lynn? And I'm like, yeah. And the kids was like, oh my God, we can't even go to the grocery store. But just I said that to say, I just thank God for my ministry. That is my ministry. That is my calling.
You see
This
your
is
comment,
this
Lynn?
is my ultimate this right here of
Yeah.
all my awards, and I don't take any of my awards for granted. Any of my nominations all are big, and like I said, the Music Love Awards is just amazing. But this stellar number, I was a final four. I didn't win that year, but to be in the final four with my stellar plaque that hangs proudly on my wall when you walk through my door. So to God be the glory for this.
Amen.
He's amazing. This is one of my 2017 nominee. Yes.
Do you
So
see
I'm
your
proud about
comment,
that.
Lynn?
Yes.
Did you
Huh?
see did you see your comment?
What did it say?
He says, I listened to her on yesterday and I really enjoyed her format.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. They've sent me friend requests. I'm at 5,000 friends, but you can follow me. And I always follow whoever follows me back. I wish Facebook would open it up, but you can only have 5,000 friends, but you can follow me and I promise I'll follow you back.
So, and she's on Instagram. You're on
Yes.
TikTok too, Lynn.
TikTok,
I'm sure you're going to be
Snapchat,
on the
yeah,
whatever else they
Twitter.
got,
Yeah.
the Twit Twack or Rick Rack or whatever they come out with. They got all kind of stuff. Leech, Lynch, whatever. Danny was telling me about something new they got out now.
Mm-hmm.
Threads, thread. Yeah, yeah.
Thread. Yeah, is that Twitter thread? Something.
Instagram. So I
Instagram.
guess it ties everything together now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So make sure you guys, like I said, listen for her on Thursdays live right here, or you can go
Yes.
onto the web and check her out at weft.org. Is that
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And
Yes,
listen
ma'am.
to her program as well. Get those votes in.
Yes.
Um, follow her. She says she's going to blog about her trucking adventures.
Yes, on
And
YouTube. I also have a YouTube channel. And if they missed the show, the station WFT archives 2 weeks of shows, so you can go back 2 weeks and listen to the shows. They only keep them archived for 2 weeks, but you can listen to the last 2 weeks of shows. Yeah.
And if you missed any of this, this will be pinned to the top of my page all week. And you can
Yes.
check me out on Roku as well on the Infinity Network, channel 32, which is the favorite channel, 24, 365 days a year. So Lynn will be on there forever and ever and ever will be rotation. So you can catch the top of the program if you missed any parts of it. And once again, hit her up. Like she said, she'll follow
Yes.
you when you follow her. So
Yes.
I can't wait to see you in
I
August.
can't wait. I'm super excited. Yeah,
And
and I also want them to tell them to go donate to the Music Love Awards. Just send your donation. No donation is too great or too small. It's for a worthy cause. We definitely want to get that quota made so that scholarship can be presented. And I promise you, this is one of the better award shows. They treat you as if you're a stellar nominee. It's so much love, and like T was saying, it's not fake and it's not phony. You can feel the love. I remember a couple of years ago when Conan did their song, and the whole room broke out into
boom.
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
Hmm.
Broke out in the praise.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't want to hold you up because she's got like 50 million Jamaican jobs. I'm sure she's getting ready to go out the door and do something. So I love you.
Love
There ain't
you as
nothing you could do
well.
about it. Don't go nowhere, hang around. Don't jump off.
Okay.
And you guys, I don't know what you're doing tonight, but you gotta get off here. I want to thank you for tuning in to I've Got Favor,
Thank
where
you,
it is your
everyone.
time to shine with me, your hostess, Prophetess T, and Lady Lynn live.
Yes.
And we will talk to you soon. Be blessed and highly favored. Talk
Yes.
to you later. Bye bye. We thank you for tuning in to I've Got Favor, where it's your time to shine with Prophetess T.